រដូវកាលទី3ឆ្នាំ2020សូមអញ្ជើញបងប្អូនយុវជនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងសមត្ថភាពលើវិញ្ញាសាប្រឡងជ្រើសរើសសិស្សពូកែថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដែលមានផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ពីថ្ងៃច័ន្ទដល់ថ្ងៃព្រហស្បតិ៍ចាប់ពីម៉ោង 12:30 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 1:30 នាទីរសៀលក្នុង Facebook Page អ្នកបន្តវេនរង្វាន់ធំសម្រាប់ម្ចាស់ជ័យលាភីទាំងអស់រួមមានម៉ូតូកុំព្យូទ័រនិងអាហារូបករណ៍ស្មើនឹងទឹកប្រាក់ជាង158លានរៀលដាក់ពាក្យចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងឥឡូវនេះតាមទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 086 608 889 011 643 036កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិប្រទេសជាតិមួយខ្លាំងគឺអាស្រ័យទាំងស្រុងលើធនធានមនុស្សខ្លាំងដើម្បីចូលរួមកសាងគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិជាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សនិស្សិតមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលនៅវិជាស្ថាន CEO ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិសិស្សនិស្សិតដែលមកសិក្សានៅវិជាស្ថាន CEO នឹងទទួលបានការបំផាត់ឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការរៀនអនុវត្តជាក់ស្ដែងនិងទទួលបានជំនាញពិតប្រាកដ 100% ការបង្វឹកដោយអ្នកជោគជ័យក្នុងអាជីពនិងអាជីវកម្មពិតប្រាកដការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាចិនភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ជាមួយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO យើងរួមគ្នាកសាងធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងលើឆាកជាតិនិងឆាកអន្តរជាតិព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែ
ចាជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Bontorvein គឺជាសិស្សដែលមកពីវិទ្យាល័យជាសៀមសាមគ្គី
សួស្តីនាងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះហេងចេងហៀងនាងខ្ញុំរៀននៅថ្នាក់ទី 12A នៃវិទ្យាល័យហ៊ុនសែនស្អាត
អូនឈ្មោះសំចន្ទ្រាហើយអូនមកពីវិទ្យាល័យបាក់ទុកយើងណា
ជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំមកឈ្មោះច័ន្ទសេងថៃជាសិស្សនៅទី 12 ក 1 នៃសាលាបែទីអន្តរជាតិទី 5 សាខាច្បារអំពៅខ្ញុំគិតថាកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនគឺជាកម្មវិធីមួយដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់ចំនួនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី 12 ដែលកំពុងតែសិក្សានាពេលបច្ចុប្បន្នដែលបង្ហាញឲ្យយើងបញ្ចេញនូវទេពកោសល្យដែលយើងមាននិងទេពកោសល្យនឹងការសិក្សារៀនសូត្ររបស់យើងផងដែរ
ហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាចំពោះកម្មវិធីនេះផ្ទាល់គឺពិតជាមានឱកាសខ្លាំងណាស់ផ្ដល់ជាពិសេសសិស្សទី 12 ទាំងអស់ដើម្បីបង្ហាញនូវសមត្ថភាពដែលខ្លួនដែលបានបង្ហាញពីមុនមកហើយធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងហ៊ានថាមានសមត្ថភាពមួយក្នុងការប្រកួតប្រជែងជាមួយនឹងដៃគូរបស់យើងជាច្រើនទៀត
ដោយសារតែនាងខ្ញុំចង់បញ្ចេញសមត្ថភាពមួយរបស់នាងខ្ញុំដែលនាងខ្ញុំមានទៅកាន់គណៈកម្មការដើម្បីវិនិច្ឆ័យហើយដើម្បីស្វែងរកសមត្ថភាពរបស់ខ្លួនឯងថាខ្លួនឯងមានសមត្ថភាពប៉ុណ្ណាហើយធ្វើឲ្យនាងខ្ញុំបានទទួលបទពិសោធន៍ជាច្រើននៅក្នុងការប្រឡងមួយនេះ
ខ្ញុំសូមណែនាំបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលថ្នាក់ទី 12 ហ្នឹងបើសិនជាដឹកខ្លួនឯងតែមានសមត្ថភាពឬចង់បង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពអ្វីមួយសូមអញ្ជើញចុះឈ្មោះក្នុងកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនដើម្បីមានឱកាសបង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពរបស់អ្នកមិនថាជាសិស្សពូកែគណិតវិទ្យាអីចឹងទៅឬក៏និយាយដេញដោលជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសឬខ្មែរសូមបង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពរបស់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាជាមួយនឹងកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេន
តាំងពីឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់យើងចែកឋានទៅខ្ញុំតែងទទួលបានសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ដ៏កក់ក្ដៅពីបងប្រុសគាត់ជាអ្នកមើលថែខ្ញុំជានិច្ចមិនថាមានរឿងអ្វីកើតឡើងទេ គាត់ខ្លាចជាអ្នកទំនុកបំរុងក្នុងគ្រួសារទាំងខ្លួននៅក្មេងគាត់ត្រូវប្រកាសថាប្អូនស្រីគាត់ទទួលបានការសិក្សាគ្រប់ជ្រុងជ្រោយទទួលបាននៅអ្វីៗដែលអ្នកដទៃមាននិងប្រកាសថាប្អូនស្រីរបស់គាត់ជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងជីវិតអរគុណដែលតែងតែធ្វើជាបងប្រុសល្អនិងជាដៃគូដ៏ល្អក្នុងជីវិតខ្ញុំ
សើបៀកដែលល្អគ្មានគូប្រៀបមិនក៏មិនលៀងថ្នាំទ្រនាប់មកអេកស្ត្រាថ្មីក្លិនតិចការពារមានប្រសិទ្ធភាព
អវងហើយ
ចង់ភ្លឺខ្លាំងក៏បាន
ភ្លឺល្មមក៏បាន
ខំផែនថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
ខ្ញុំត្រូវការទុនបន្ថែម
ខ្ញុំចង់រៀបចំក្រៅឲ្យល្អជាងនេះ
ខ្ញុំចង់ថែមស្រះមួយទៀត
ព្រោះមិនអាចពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំបាន
តើអ្នកកំពុងត្រូវការដើមទុនពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនទេឥឡូវនេះធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មផ្ដល់ជូនឥណទានគាំទ្រសិប្បកម្មសហគ្រាសធុនតូចនិងមធ្យមជាមួយនឹងអត្រាការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ 5% ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយឆ្នាំកម្ចី$5,000ការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ$21ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយខែធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
នាំមកជូនដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO បង្វឹកនិស្សិតឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែនិងក្លាយខ្លួនជាអ្នកមានថ្ងៃអនាគត
CEO Master Club បង្វឹកម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មឲ្យក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកំពូល
ធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
ក្រុមហ៊ុនថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ Campaign ជាជំរើសដើម្បីសោភ័ណភាព
Good afternoon, viewers. Today is the third round, or we can say the third competition for the Net Bontorvein program, English speaking competition. Now, before I begin, I would like to talk a little bit about the Net Bontorvein program. The Net Bontorvein program is a program that is created in order to help students and in order to help grade 12th grade students to be specific, in order for them to show their ability, as well as in order to help them find their own find their own self, so that they can be prepared for the future. And furthermore, we would like to thank our sponsors for supporting us from the beginning till now. First of all, we would like to thank Eon Specialized Bank, simple, efficient, and easy. Secondly, we would like to thank Agricultural and Rural Development Bank of Cambodia. And thirdly, we would like to have a special thanks to Nguồn Sita. Nguồn Sita has deposit services, cash withdrawals, and exchange currencies efficiently. Moreover, Nguồn Sita also provides student loans and to students and willing to provide many jobs opportunities. For more information, please contact 077-822-088 or 070-822-088. And lastly, I would like to thanks to Campaign for supporting the Net Bontorvein program. Now, hello you guys. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Yeah, it looks like you're nervous.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Excited?
Yeah, of course not.
Okay. Now, today we have a very special guest or special contestants because both of them are from Phnom Penh. Now, we never had that before. We either have Phnom Penh versus Kandal or Phnom Penh versus Prevain, but we never had Phnom Penh versus Phnom Penh today. So and both of them come from a very well-known schools as well. One is from Belty International School, and the other one is from St. Thomas High School. So, what can they deliver today? Without further ado, now Sovannara, I would like you to introduce yourself to our beautiful audience.
Okay. So good afternoon, our facilitator of the program today, Bontorvein, and my partner contestant, and especially I would like to pay my high respect to audience. My name is Sovannara, a grade 12 student from Balti International School, and I have decided to join the Bontorvein program because I want to improve my speaking ability, to get new experience, and to boost my confidence as well. And today I am very excited and honored to be here with my partner to discuss on a topic which is about, is online class really beneficial to students? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your beautiful introduction. Now, Thida, it's your turn to give an introduction.
Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, Sovannara, and good afternoon, the audiences. My name is Nou Ratanakthydatopic. I'm a grade 12 student from St. Thomas High School, and it's such an honor to pass the elimination round and be able to present myself here in the live discussion today to talk about a controversial and trendy topic, a question that must have been in everyone's mind recently. I'm excited to share my thought over this matter, and I hope everyone give out kind support by voting for me B3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your wonderful introduction as well. Now, as our topic today, as Thida also mentioned, it is a controversial topic. So the topic today is online class really beneficial to students? Now, a lot of people have different ideas, different views on it. It is beneficial, it is not beneficial, it is a waste of time, and it is a waste of money, and it's a very great way to help students. So now let's hear what our contestant has to say about this. Now, Sovannara, if you don't mind, would you like to go first? Okay.
Thank you. So, is online class really beneficial to students? This is a question that everyone brings up and experts in education sector are trying to explain. Well, before getting into further discussion, I would like to give the definition to the word online class. So what is online class, everyone? Online class is a visually sophisticated learning platform of delivering educational information through the internet. This type of learning allows the student to connect, learn, interact, and share their learning material with other students and teachers by using video conferencing software like Zoom, DeanTalk, Skype, instead of participating in traditional classroom settings. However, is it absolutely crucial for students to take online class? I will agree on that 70%. First of all, as we know that nowadays the world is processing on the Industrial Revolution 4.0, and reaching this digital era, technology has approached to its advanced level of modernism. That's why with the education sector, the government in each country are working very hard in developing a new learning environment that is based on technological innovation that we call online class. Secondly, taking online class could potentially free up some time in your busy schedule for those who work full-time and can only study at or after work, and especially who prefer to learn independently. Online class perfectly deserve them. Moreover, we can search and enroll in thousands of online learning websites with free certificates such as photography, digital marketing, graphic design, finance, and so much more. Moreover, another good thing about online class is that we can record and watch it next time whenever we want to. Thirdly, as we know that online education currently plays an important role to avoid social communication during the world pandemic by coronavirus. For example, in Cambodia, the students are not allowed to join face-to-face classroom, so the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport has announced to the public and private school teachers to teach their students through online class to stop the widespread of COVID-19 disease. So imagine yourself, how difficult will it be to study without online class? On the other hand, do you reckon that online class is always beneficial? There are some points that I believe that online education can be occasionally disadvantageous. Basically, online class cuts down on face-to-face interaction and stimulates social isolation. Like some students will receive the behavior of being antisocial, non-sociable, and feel shy to talk in real life. Additionally, imagine sitting in front of your smartphone or computer for approximately 10 hours per day to connect to your online study. Your eyes will be sooner short-sighted, and the radioactive substance will affect your brain as well. To sum up, even though the online class has its negative drawbacks, but remember, it is a great source of knowledge and is very necessary. Not only does it have reducing expenses, but it is very flexible and convenient. And I hope you guys put your effort into learning because knowledge is power. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, said, "The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet." Thank you for paying attention.
Wow, thank you for it's a wonderful speech.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, okay. Now, Tina, it's your turn to deliver your speech. What is your point of view on our specific topic?
Yeah. If somebody asks me, have I ever thought something as tragic as COVID-19 could happen in the future? My answer is definitely no. This epidemic strikes so suddenly that it has forced school to enact a temporary closure, which impacted about 91 students over the globe, according to the UNICEF, making us shift our educational system from face-to-face to online studies. So the term online class could define as a course conducted over the internet in which students and teachers could communicate through digital platforms. This learning concept has never officially replaced our previous educational system before, making us question its effectiveness. So is online class really beneficial to students? I've asked this question to myself, to my friend, and I've seen people's opinion about this matter over the internet. I merged it together and came to a final conclusion that the real answer to this question lies in you. Now I'm only referring to high school students, and let's imagine that everyone has an equal chance to participate in online class together with their respective teacher. What are the possible outcomes, and what do I mean by it lies in individual? It is simple. Online and offline educations are the same. The only difference is that one is on screen while the other is face-to-face. Communications are still made, questions could still be answered, and in fact, e-learning requires 40 to 60% less of your time to understand something compared to your traditional classroom setting, according to Brandon Hall research, meaning that students are able to grab education better while also studying at their own pace, having more time to focus on less subject, resulting in a more organized study plan with effective outcomes. But why does it still give different results to some students? So as evidence show on social networking like Facebook, many report difficulty in online studies by claiming that it's not what they're familiar with. So the problem here is that they don't embrace change, letting the amount of free time overwhelming them, thus losing track of time, lesson, and quitting online class altogether by blaming it being ineffective. But in fact, it's their own faculty approach toward online studies that failed them. If they had adapted well and not losing their grip on time, they would have made it. In my personal experience, those who do well in class, at school still do well in online classes, and those who do poorly still have the same result. So therefore, however you choose to deal with the situation affect your outcome. So in conclusion, online class is beneficial or not depends on you. Whatever you do, you're the first one to responsible for it, and the first help you can get is yourself. While changes needed to be made in society, not all of them are bad. What matters is how you approach them. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful speeches, you guys. Like, I'm so proud. Like, I am a senior, and I feel like a little bit embarrassed because I could not speak as well as you guys. Kind of feel bad right now. Okay. Now before we begin the questioning session, for the viewers, if you have any question, please leave the questions down below in the comment section so that our team can pin your questions and we can ask and we can use those questions to ask our beautiful contestants in the second session. Now, and don't forget to like and share the live show to show your support to our contestants as well. Now, the first question goes to Sovannara. This is a very good question because a lot of people have asked me also, and I'm pretty sure you guys also heard it. So, if online classes are really beneficial, then why do students are becoming lazier to study? Like, I have a couple of examples. All of my most of my friends who are really hardworking, but they tend to skip classes. They tend to be lazy, or they just don't care at all about the class. For example, like me. So why do students become lazier to study online?
Thank you for this meaningful question. Replying to this question, from my personal perspective, I think that the students who are not hardworking with online study, maybe they find online class really boring for them, and like the activity they engage is not as the same as the traditional class they used to participate. So some students will be lazy in doing housework or connect with their teacher. Maybe they find it boring, and maybe they apart from their friend, no connection, no face-to-face interaction, so that this will result in the failure of their study.
Oh, I see. Now, Thida, do you agree to what Sovannara said?
Yeah, I agree to what he has said before, and another reason is that they are they forget the fact that the world is not canceling itself. We don't cancel our education. We're just adapting to the new situation of studying online, and they do not realize this, and they let the sudden amount of free time making them feel lazy and forget that they need to be responsible for themselves. The government and school are trying their best, but if it's not working for them, they need to find something that's work for them. There's always a solution to their problem, and I hope that everyone adapt to the change positively and start realizing that you need to move on and actually study online. Because in a situation like this, there's nothing that we can do, and the only and best solution is to study online.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, thank you so much for your response. Beautiful response, beautiful answer. Now, the second question goes to Thida. Now, are you ready for the second question?
Yeah.
Okay, great then. Now, do you think like you said, online class is not a factor that student will become better or worse, but it's because the way they approach it, is it? So now, do you think that online class is a major factor to help students? So like your idea, your stance, your point of view, do you think online class is a major factor to help students?
Yes. Yes, I do think that it's a major factor to help students. Besides helping students with continuing their education, the online class requires students to have a good management, responsibility, flexibility, and if they lack this point, they might result in a failed online class. But in contrast, it teaches you to have this key point. So I believe that it's give good result to students.
Okay, beautiful. Now, Sovannara, do you have anything to add up, or do you agree with what she said?
I agree with her answer, and I want to add up more.
Sure.
Like the online education is a major factor to help students. Like they can research to, like I mentioned in my speech, like thousands of online learning websites, and you can get a new educational information from it to develop yourself in this global crisis. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thousands of websites with beautiful courses online. Okay, now the third question goes to Sovannara. Sovannara, now, what are some other ways that's for students to study besides learning online? Now, can you list down some of the other ways which might be very effective for other students? Because learning online is not accessible to anybody or to everyone, because due to technical issues, internet connections, or they don't have mobile phones. So do you have any idea or any ideas or ways to help to study better besides studying online?
Okay, thank you for the question. Based on my personal experience on the study, the other method that I found really efficient to help myself to get a better result in study beside online learning is that self-study. Self-study helps you to concentrate like seriously on your study without any disturbance from your friend, your family, and self-study. I think self-study is more important than learning with the teacher if you know how to learn the self-study effectively. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Thida, do you have anything to add up to what? What I said?
I totally agree with Sovannara. He's right. Self-studying is very important. Actually, we can practice self-study not just when we study online. Actually, when we study at school too. And if self-studying doesn't work with you well, like you have some type of problem that you can't solve it alone, you can always ask your friend or your family member that they could help you. And that's actually help you improve more because you actually try it yourself and find something that works well with you. Thank you.
No, nice. Okay, last question to both of you. So you guys have to take turn and answer the question. Now, the question is very simple. Would you like to continue studying online after COVID-19 ends? Now, which one of you would like to go first?
Lady first.
Lady first. Okay, lady first.
This is an interesting question. Actually, I've never thought about that. But now that I think about it, I do want to continue studying online because the first reason is that it saved my time, especially from traveling to school and home. For me, it took like at least 2 hours a day. So if I study online, 2 hours of my time been saved, and I could use it, to study something else or to relax. And I feel like I found it easier. Actually, my attention rate increased. It's easier for me and to no distraction, and I could choose a comfortable place for myself to study and without any distraction. So I think I would like to continue studying online after COVID-19 if it's possible.
So your stand is that you will not go to school, just study online.
No, I said if it's possible.
Yeah, if possible, you will stay at home and continue studying online. Yes. Yeah. Okay, now Samantha, if COVID-19 ends, would you like to continue studying online, or you prefer physical interaction with teachers and students and friends?
Thank you for the question. I think after COVID-19 disease ends, I will go on my studying in traditional classroom instead of online study because I really miss my friend, my school, and my teachers. I need physical communication, like to build our friendship, our relationship more stronger, and like we are not antisocial. Like we keep communicating and have networks with them, but I also not ignore the online study because it helped me through a lot during this world pandemic by coronavirus.
So on my left, she supports studying online, and on my right, it's against studying online after COVID-19 ends. Now, this is the end of the first session. We would like to have a break for 5 minutes, and if you have any question, please drop your question down below the comments so that our team can pin your questions and ask the contestant in the second session. Now, and furthermore, do not forget to like and share to show your supports to our beautiful and handsome contestants. We will be back in 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
នាំមកជូនដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO បង្វឹកនិស្សិតឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែនិងក្លាយខ្លួនជាអ្នកមានថ្ងៃអនាគត
CEO Master Club បង្វឹកម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មឲ្យក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកំពូល
ធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
ក្រុមហ៊ុនថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ Campaign ជាជំរើសដើម្បីសោភ័ណភាព
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see our contestant of English speaking contest. that they show their impression on our program. Okay, hello. Yes, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Sovannara, and I am a 12th grader from Sovannara High School, and I'm from 12A2.
Okay, so why did you decide to join in our program?
Well, I decided to join the Bontorvein program because I want to overcome my obstacle. A lot of which is stage fright is one of my obstacles. So I want, and I also want to show the ability that most of my friends and I who have the same ability to show people that we have the ability to do something we love. So and also I want to meet new people and overcome my fear.
You're one of the contestants who passed from the round 1, so you will surely go to the round 2. So what are your commitments? Yes.
Well, after dealing with a formidable opponent, I have learned that there are a lot of people who have potential in a lot of ways, and after passing to the second round, I am going to try harder, and I'm going to research, and I'm going to try all my best in order to pass to the next round.
Can you briefly tell me about what did you learn from our program?
The Bontorvein program is a very good program, to be honest, because we first of all I learned that the program is all about encouraging youth to share their ability, to show their ability, and also to teach youth that youth are a very powerful source of developing the country.
Okay, do you have any suggestion to the new generation that they are in grade 12? Yes, why should they join with Bontorvein program?
I don't have much to say about this one, but I would like to encourage a lot of people, especially 12th grader, if you have the ability, if you think that you have the ability, and then don't be afraid to show your ability, because nobody can spot your ability in the dark. Only if you share it in the light, and then a lot of people can see it, and a lot of people will know nationally and internationally how good we are. That's it.
Okay, thank you for sharing and joining with us on the Bontorvein program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 types of contests. The first is Khmer speaking contest, and the second is English speaking contest, and the last one for the outstanding student. And we provide all the opportunity for all the grade 12 students that they have their potential to show. Okay, thank you.
On card mobile សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ខ្ញុំត្រូវការទុនបន្ថែម
ខ្ញុំចង់រៀបចំក្រៅឲ្យល្អជាងនេះ
ខ្ញុំចង់ថែមស្រះមួយទៀត
ព្រោះមិនអាចពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំបាន
តើអ្នកកំពុងត្រូវការដើមទុនពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនទេ ឥឡូវនេះធនីគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មផ្ដល់ជូនឥណទានគាំទ្រសិប្បកម្មសហគ្រាសធុនតូចនិងមធ្យមជាមួយនឹងអត្រាការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ 5% ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយឆ្នាំកម្ចី $5,000 ការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ $21 ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយខែធនីគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
Okay, welcome back everyone to the second session. So it's questioning time from our audience. Now to get started, I would like to pick the first question from Molika Swift, probably Taylor Swift's sister, I guess. Okay, how can we make online learning more effective?
How to make
how to make online learning more effective? Now, both of you, who would like to share first?
Lady first is fine.
Lady first. Lady first.
Oh, can go.
Okay.
So, thank you for the question. to me, to make online class more effective, we should arrange our schedule properly, like from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. what will we do, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. what will we do, and this will make us not be lazy, like sleeping on the bed like dead body. And another method is that have a big ambition, like you promise yourself not to be lazy and be active in your online class. And if you find the online class boring, just talk to your friend, like on phone call or chatting, and you can get some advice from your teacher and senior as well.
Now, so first of all, you need to have your own schedule and then commitment or something. Now, Thida, do you have what is your answer on this?
I also agree with Sovannara. He's right. Being responsible is important, and having good management of your time is very important too. So you have to teach yourself this, even though if it's not something that you're not familiar with. But in situation like this, you have to move on and approach online class positively. Beside this, it's also about teachers too.
Teachers.
Yeah, he has to. Usually, students would probably feel bored during online class. So it's also up to the teacher to find an interesting way to capture every student attention, so that they could continue studying in online class just like how they study in their own classroom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your responses. Monica Swift, I hope you get the answer, and I hope you can meet Taylor Swift. Now, another question from Nali. A top fan ofអ្នកបន្តវេន. Now, in terms of learning, in order to become an outstanding student, do you think that learning online can help you to become one? Why or why not? Now, this question I would like to go to Thida first.
Thank you for the question. In my personal experience, online class could help you to become an outstanding student. And the reason is that part of being an outstanding student, you need a lot of self-studies. And studying online, it's undeniable that we actually has less school time, less time to study with your teacher, meaning you have a lot of time for yourself to study. You probably used to complain that you don't have a lot of time to study to self-study when you're at school, but now that you have a lot of time to study for yourself, you have one less thing to complain, and you also have one less obstacle of becoming an outstanding student. And remember that the key to be an outstanding student is to study yourself too. Thank you.
Study yourself. Now, Sovannara, what is your view? Like, do you think that learning online can help you become an outstanding student? Why or why not?
Learning online could guide you to become an outstanding student due to the fact that we can get more research, like absorb the knowledge or newest lesson from the online class to support our study. But I don't think it is effective for like poor students who cannot afford the phone to study online class, so that they have another different method to make themselves to become an outstanding student by the book, to read and do the exercise from the book. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. This is just the first question from Nali. So the second question this time. Does it cause a major impact on our educational system if we continue to study online? Why or why not? So now, Sovannara, does it cause a major impact on our educational system if we continue to study online?
Okay, thank you for the question. In case we still continue our study through online, I think it does cause a major impact on education system. Like, it has a lack of accreditation, like no quality as same as the traditional classroom. Even though nowadays like the global crisis by COVID-19, we go on our study through the online, but like traditional classrooms still cannot be neglected. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, Tina, do you agree to what Sovannara said, and do you have anything to add up to what Sovannara said?
Yes, I do agree with what Sovannara has mentioned. It does cause a major effect because this is like a new type of learning. We used to study in class face to face, but now we change to online study. So everything is different and it's new. So it must have caused a huge impact, especially because for some students they couldn't adapt with it well. So they couldn't benefit a lot from online study, which means it's not really effective to every student, so it does cause a huge impact. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Thank you for the answers. I hope Nali you get the answer that you would like to hear. Now, the next question is from Daravit. You Daravit. Okay. Now, as we all know that online classes about the discipline of the students is going a little bit off. Like they tend to skip class, they tend to mute mic or mute the microphone. They're not listening to teachers as well. Now, asking to Tina, do you think we have any other way in order to help students to become disciplined, like to discipline them or to make them behave better during online class? Do you have any ideas?
I think yes, I do see students behave like this in online class. It's due to their shyness, and I think in order to change that, especially teacher, they need to notice it and try to bring out the student to speak more by asking direct question to them, or try to bring out an activity that involve everyone to participate. So that way, that the student will become more familiar with it, and they become a little bit more brave and could fight out their shyness.
Okay. Now, Sovannara, do you agree with what she said, and do you have anything to add on?
Yes, I totally agree with Ms. Tida has brought up, and I want to add more of my opinion. Like to make students behave very well during the online class is that we should have the cooperation from their parents and school management team. Like the parents should check up their children's study regularly. Like, are they going very well? Are they how is their situation during the online education? And for school, they should like advise the student to adapt to a new learning environment that is so far different from the traditional class.
Okay. Now, last question to both of you from our beautiful audiences. From Miss Mian Sodali. Yeah, I apologize if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Who plays a more important role in online studying, the teacher or the students? Now, what is your stance on this?
Who plays a more important?
Yeah, who plays more important role in studying online? Like, is it the teacher is it the teacher or the students? It means that is the teacher plays an important role so that the student can join online class, or the student themselves that decide that they play a very important role so that they have to join the online class. So do you get what I'm trying to say? So who plays a more important role? Sovannara, you go first.
I'm not there to say like which one is better. I would support both. Like if in case that the teacher is lazy but the students are diligent, it's not also effective. And some case like the students are lazy but the teacher are working hard to explain, like it's not also effective. So it must be balanced, like the teacher is working hard to explain the lesson clearly and the student pay attention to the class. both of them must are the same important role in online education.
So you're saying that both have both play a very important role. Okay, now Tina, what is your stance on this?
Yeah, I agree with him. He's right that it's important. It has to balance. Both student and teacher play an important role, but they do play their own role. Like the teacher, they need to be active and try to make the class more active and interesting, while the student themselves also need to adapt with it and try to be responsible and try to be being positive with online class and attend online class along with other students.
Okay, so both of you says both play a very important role in online class. So it cannot be like the teacher alone, and it cannot be the student alone. They need each other in order to complete the online classes.
Obviously.
Okay, nice. Obviously, yes. Okay, now we almost reached the end of the competition, and the final part is that we would like to have our contestants ask each other a question, and after that they will do the reply speech. Now, Sovannara, if you don't mind, do you have any question to ask Ms. Thida?
Okay. So as we know that today the technology is very modern, even the class is also conducted through online. So my question is it necessary to have the traditional class, I mean the face-to-face class, during when the technology is reaching to the modernism? Do you get my question?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I do.
And why or why not?
That's a very smart question. Yeah, I never thought about that, even as a student. I think even if technology is constantly expanding, I think we will still need the traditional classroom because many students, we are all used to and being familiar with traditional classroom. This sudden change has really shown us that online class is not working to everyone. So even if online class is going to be like our official educational system, they have to slowly change it so that everyone could adapt to it well. And when we officially run the online class, everyone will get used to it, just like how we used to a traditional classroom. Yeah.
Okay, now Sovannara, do you accept her answer?
Yes, I really appreciate her answer, but I want to add up more in addition to her response. We still need traditional class, as we know that based on my personal learning online experience, a great majority of students do not pay attention, do not take online class seriously. They don't fully engage in class activity, where they are not really familiar with online class. They usually join the traditional class, so adapting to online education can cause a big difficulty for them. And moreover, it should be taken into account that not every student is affordable for the smartphone, the technology, material, internet access, and so much more. Yes.
Okay. Now, Tina, do you have any question to ask Sovannara?
Yes, I do. As we've seen on social media, like Facebook, many report difficulty in online class, and by blaming the government or the school. Do you think it's their own problem or the government problem, and what could be the solution?
Can you clarify the question again?
I mean, as we see a lot of students report difficulty in online class, saying that it's not effective for them by blaming it on the school or the government. Do you think it's their own problem, the student problem, or the government and school? And what do you think, what is the solution?
Okay, so I think it's not the student's mistake alone. The parents, the school management team, and the government also make a mistake in that. the students are not really familiar with online class, so their parents need to like motivate them, and sometimes they find their class really boring, that the teacher does not have the full teaching materials, that they are not familiar with using the technological materials, so it is really hard for them. And my solution to that problem is that, like I mentioned earlier, the school should check up on these student learning regularly, and they should report to the parents if the students are not paying attention seriously on the learning.
Okay, now do you accept his answer to your question?
Yes, I do.
Do you have anything to add up?
No.
No. Okay, now each of you will have 1 minute to do to make your reply speech, to do the reply speech. So which one would like to go first?
Lady first.
Lady first.
Nobody would want situation like epidemic COVID-19 happens, but now that it happens, the only solution left for us students is to study online. So what we can do now is to adapt to change and move on. It's best if we stop blaming it on the governments or the school. They're trying their best. So if it's not working for you, you should try to find something else that works for you. There's always solution to any problem. And if you not all changes are bad, and if you try to adapt to changes positively, being positive will give you the spirit and motivation to do it. So if you actually approach online class positively, you will start seeing positive outcome, and turns out it's not as bad as you think it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the reply speech. Now, Sovannara, it's your turn to do the reply speech.
Thank you. Like Ms. Thida has mentioned earlier, nobody wants the COVID-19 disease to appear in this world. Like, we cannot blame the minority or foreigner who create this disease. Like, we cannot blame China, or we cannot blame some nation. So during this global crisis, everyone were forced to study through online. Like, the students are not allowed to join face-to-face interaction, like, to stop the widespread of COVID-19 disease. So during this situation, online class plays a very important role to guide students to go on their study, like not to miss the lesson. Like, if there is no online class during this global crisis, the student will miss a lot of lesson until the school opens back. And another thing is that if we can adapt to online class, it is really good for us to live in digital era. Like, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport, His Excellency Hong Chun has said that Cambodia has changed the COVID-19 disease battle to the platform of digital education.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful reply speeches from both of you. Now, before we come to an end of this competition, I would like to thank our beloved audiences for spending your time watching the competition and asking questions and participating in the competition as well. You guys are one of the most important source for Neak Bontorvein program to continue doing what we're doing right now, and you guys are the most important sources for our contestants as well to have the bravery to come out and compete with each other. Now, and as well as we would like to thank our CEO Institute and CEO 1Mr.Chhun for your enormous support in the Neak Bontorvein program, as well as Learn Online Cambodia is the newest and easiest online learning platform in Cambodia. It helps Cambodians to achieve their dreams, success, happiness, and encouraging growth in order to help Cambodia become a developed country. Learning Online Cambodia helps lives more successful. Now, this is an end of the competition for today. We would like to see you next week on Thursday with different contestants. Of course, not these two. So we would like to say our goodbye and see you next week. Thank you so much.
ការបង្ហាញសមត្ថភាពទេពកោសល្យភាពក្លាហានរបស់យុវជនដ៏ធំបំផុតនៅទូទាំងប្រទេសកម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេស រដូវកាលទី3ឆ្នាំ2020សូមអញ្ជើញបងប្អូនយុវជនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងសមត្ថភាពលើវិញ្ញាសាប្រឡងជ្រើសរើសសិស្សពូកែថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដែលមានផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ពីថ្ងៃច័ន្ទដល់ថ្ងៃព្រហស្បតិ៍ចាប់ពីម៉ោង 12:30 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 1:30 នាទីរសៀលក្នុង Facebook Page អ្នកបន្តវេនរង្វាន់ធំសម្រាប់ម្ចាស់ជ័យលាភីទាំងអស់រួមមានម៉ូតូ កុំព្យូទ័រនិងអាហារូបករណ៍ស្មើនឹងទឹកប្រាក់ជាង158លានរៀលដាក់ពាក្យចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងឥឡូវនេះតាមទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 086 608 889 011 643 036កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិប្រទេសជាតិមួយខ្លាំងគឺអាស្រ័យទាំងស្រុងលើធនធានមនុស្សខ្លាំងដើម្បីចូលរួមកសាងគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សនិស្សិតមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលនៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិសិស្សនិស្សិតដែលមកសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO នឹងទទួលបានការបង្វឹកឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការរៀនអនុវត្តជាក់ស្ដែងនិងទទួលបានជំនាញពិតប្រាកដ 100% ការបង្វឹកដោយអ្នកជោគជ័យក្នុងអាជីពនិងអាជីវកម្មពិតប្រាកដការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាចិនភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ជាមួយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO យើងរួមគ្នាកសាងធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងលើឆាកជាតិនិងឆាកអន្តរជាតិព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែ
ដើម្បីកុំឲ្យខកខានរាល់ព័ត៌មានថ្មីៗប្រកបដោយចំណេះដឹងពីកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនសូមចូលទៅកាន់ Page អ្នកបន្តវេនរួចអនុវត្តតាមវិធីខាងក្រោមសម្រាប់ទូរស័ព្ទដៃសូមចុច Like ឬយកពាក្យ Following ជ្រើសរើសពាក្យ Cipher នោះលោកអ្នកនឹងទទួលបានព័ត៌មាននិងចំណេះដឹងថ្មីៗជាច្រើនមុនគេនៅក្នុង Notification របស់លោកអ្នកសម្រាប់នៅក្នុង Computer សូមចុចលើប៊ូតុង Like បន្ទាប់មកចុចពាក្យ Following រួចជ្រើសរើសពាក្យ Cipher ជាការស្រេច